beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2022. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for December. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to let you know, December is all about winding down the year and reflecting on experiences you've had, where you've learned lessons, and where you've overcome struggles. Also, we have Mars in retrograde. So this gives us an opportunity to set new targets for the new year and to recharge our batteries as well. There is an influence between Jupiter, planet of luck, good fortune, and expansion in Pisces, which is all about dreams, goals, and wishes. So it gives us all an opportunity to feel more spiritually connected and align ourselves with our true calling. Also bringing a lot better luck, okay? Now, Jupiter in Pisces only happens every 12 years. So enjoy the benevolent energy it brings until it leaves for another 12-year cycle, okay? Now we do have on the 8th of December a full moon in Gemini, which brings a rather interesting and unusual energy, shall we say. This is because it's directly placed in Mars. Now, this means there is potential for heated debates and arguments at this time, but we do have a positive alignment between the Sun and Saturn right after that, which brings a lot more harmonious energy. So don't be surprised if someone tries to push your buttons or there are some, family disagreements during this time period because of the planetary alignment. But also it can be because the person you're dealing with is not very nice. Please take it as it resonates, but know that things do get easier straight after that. Also, we have a super new moon in Capricorn, which actually encourages us, it encourages us all, I was going to say forces us, but it really encourages us all to set new targets for the year ahead, whilst reimagining our goals in order to align ourselves with better abundance and good fortune, as well as romance. As I say that, the Lover's card comes out, as well as romance. So, yeah, it is a positive time as we move throughout the end of the month. Now, you are governed in particular by your 8th house at the beginning of the month, which is all about transforming your finances. So you may be keeping an eye on your spending, implementing a better budget, cutting out things that perhaps are excess that you do not want to spend on, or maybe even saving those purchases for later on next year. You may be saving up for them, for example. They want me to go one more as well. It's so unusual. They want 3 in this position. Now, it's also about building your finances as well. So you may be looking at side hustles or ways of increasing your finances, and you may spend a lot of time focusing on budget, best way to pay off your bills, for example, and it's to do with joint finances. So it could be you looking into mortgages, or if you also have a mortgage, it can be about you trying to pay off a little bit more than usual, or you focusing on how you can pay your mortgage. Also, it'll be about credit card bills and things like that. So your 3rd house at the end of the month, well, middle to end of the month, is influencing you as well. And that's all about educating yourself. So you may have a thirst for knowledge during that period. I mean, you always have a thirst for knowledge, my beautiful Scorpio, but you may feel like kicking back with a good book and relaxing. That good book may be something that allows you to enhance your skills or helps you reimagine your true calling. It could also be like a good crime book, because the Justice card came out there as well. So it could be like you kicking back and relaxing with that. Or you may even think about educating yourself with courses online. Now, the third house also connects to wanting to get away with a quick trip. So some of you may be booking travel, either for next year or for this year. Look at that. As I'm talking about it, it's coming out. The Chariot card, which is all about movement and travel. So you may be thinking, I mean, a lot of you will be traveling home for the holidays. Perhaps even if you don't celebrate, you may take a little trip to see friends and family from home, things like that, because you've got the Four of Wands there as well. But you may be concerned, and I don't mean concerned in a bad way, you may be concerned about relationships between siblings, if there's rivalry, especially because of the planetary alignments that are going on at the moment. There may be diplomacy called for within family settings at this time of year, of course. But you may have dealings with neighbors. I feel like it's a benevolent energy, people coming together. They want me to go one more, so there we go, the Seven of Wands. So straight away, I can see it's been a difficult year, right? With the Five of Cups indicates that you are looking at the wins and you're looking at the losses. Things that worked out for you and things that have not been working out so well. But I also get this energy of you kicking back, relaxing, and thinking about healing in some areas of your life. Now, this could be healing the things that, making resolutions, shall I say, resolving within yourself, processing the things that didn't work out for you and wondering why. Okay, the first card here, we've got Chess. Now that is a very apt card for you, my beautiful Scorpio. You have always got some sort of strategy going on. Now December, it can mean that you're planning for the year ahead, or it can be thinking things through, the power of the mind. You've got the King of Swords there, which is about thinking before you act on something. So I feel like you may be very much in your own world in the month of December, thinking about what you need to do on the next steps in life, thinking about your true calling, thinking about your relationships and your friendships and your partnerships, whether they're working, business, or family, and looking at the dynamics, the power plays between people and how people have tried to control you in some way. Because I get this energy of you, either someone has been trying to tell you what to do, whether it's at work, or whether it's within the home space. I feel like you're kicking back against that a little bit, okay? It says here, a battle is unfolding. So, I mean, it is December, and if you are seeing family or friends, in group gatherings, there may be a little bit of drama there, probably because of those planetary alignments, but diplomacy is called for, and I feel like it's not that you'll bite your tongue, but I feel like you will hold your own, okay? It says here, being strategic, thinking it through, the power of the mind. You're formulating a plan. Now, this could be a plan for next year, things that you want to implement as you move throughout the month. You're setting up new goals, new targets. This is about you being a pro at whatever it is you do. So whether you are thinking about your job, whether you're thinking about relationships, you're thinking about the next steps. Could be to do with love. Could be that you're thinking about how do you get out there and find love. You looking for a soulmate. I definitely get this energy of you. If you are looking for love, then there is an opportunity for you to get out there, have fun, and meet someone new. I actually get this energy that you're exhausted. Okay, I feel like you've been burning the candle at both ends, and I feel like you're just so done with this year that you can't help but think about next year and what it brings. Okay, so I really feel like you're formulating a plan and strategizing the way ahead. Also, there may be someone that you're dealing with that you feel is not telling you the truth or the whole truth, or there's some situation that you feel needs to be investigated. And you may be thinking about your next move on how you deal with that. So for example, if you feel like a friend is not giving you all the information, you may be like, why are they being a bit quiet? What's going on there? And you may stealthily try to find out what it is that they're withholding from you. I mean, it could literally be that they're trying to get you a really great gift, and they're wondering, they've gone off grid for a little bit to try and research that or whatever. It doesn't always have to be that someone is keeping a negative surprise or secret from somebody. So I feel you may, there's one person, I keep getting this energy, there's one person you're wondering, what are they up to? What's their motive? What's going on there? Why are they doing that? So I feel like you may be formulating a plan of how to approach it. how to be diplomatic. You know, sometimes when you ask the right questions, you get the answers that you want without asking the direct question. So if you want to find out, like, for example, if you're like, oh, what did you do last Tuesday? The person's going to go, oh, nothing. I didn't do anything. It was, you know, whatever. But if you ask the question as in, you know, last Tuesday I was up to this and it was like crazy and I really wished you were there and it was like really wonderful, and I really missed you. And they might go, oh, well, I couldn't because I was seeing so-and-so. And you're like, oh, and then they volunteer the information in a different way rather than asking a direct question. There's something about that coming through. So, you know, please take that as it resonates. I feel like you're coming from a very protective point of view. You're trying to safeguard yourself against something. That's what I feel. I don't feel like you're being manipulative. I feel like you're trying to find out some sort of fact, but you feel like you can't be direct about this. So even, for example, if you want to find out a way to conduct your business and you know that someone in your social circle that you haven't spoke to for like a couple of years is in that business, you may feel like you can't approach that person directly because you haven't spoken to them for such a long time, and you don't just want to go to them to get a favor or to get information because you think too highly of that person, you value that person. So you may actually sort of message that person, be like, hey, how you doing? I miss you. It'd be really great to catch up. But you want to actually talk with them and see them. You genuinely want to see them, but at the same time, you need to find out a piece of information that perhaps they can help you with. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's something there. So I'm just going to leave that there. And that's obviously very precise for somebody out there. But also with the chess game, I feel like you're thinking things through. You're deep in thought in the month of December. Now, the Lover's card is about options, choices. At Grassroots, it is about choice. It used to be called the choice card, okay? So it doesn't have to be about love, but this is about you really thinking about the cycles that play out in your life, the people who deserve access to your life, to your love, to your care, because you are very discerning about the company that you keep. You don't let everybody in. And that's in friendship circles as well. I mean, right now, there may be a new friend on the block, and you're currently just watching that friend to see if it's someone you can trust. Or even if you've just met someone new in love, you may be just observing and thinking about this person and seeing if it's something that would be long-term or someone you can trust. Because I get this energy of you observing a lot in the month of December as well. Now, the Lover's card, of course, is connected to the law of attraction. What your heart desires, you're going to accomplish, okay? I also feel with the Lover's card, this is a time to make a big decision. It's a life-changing decision, and you may be trying to really think things through. It's like if you have to make a choice about something and you have a decision to make, you may actually strategize and think about all the potentials and all the possibilities before you make your next move. So you're literally visualizing every situation and seeing how it could play out before you make that decision. So I do feel like there is some life-changing moments occurring, but you're in control of in the month of December. Also, Strength card, this is about you looking back on the year that you've had and realizing that actually you have a lot of power. You've been very self-disciplined in some areas. You've endured a lot. This is a card of endurance, okay? Even throughout very difficult situations, you have endured a lot and you've come through it. The Strength card is about your inner power. It's also about being fierce, but in a way where you get what you want, okay? Not like you're bulldozing your way through and with ego, you're taking what you want. It's about having the courage to go after whatever it is you want to accomplish, okay? This is about gentle leadership. So I feel like you have the power to be someone who is a force to be reckoned with, but at the same time, you realize, and I keep getting this energy, it's like, sometimes we can gently get the things that we want. We don't have to force it, because whenever we are manifesting, if we try to force anything, it just doesn't show up. But as soon as we just ask the universe and then work towards it and don't reorder with the universe, then it will come to us. You're getting a wish come true here. You've got the genie, the magic lamp energy. So something that you've been working hard towards is being delivered for you, but it's been a struggle, okay? Now, also, I feel like you are thinking about self-care routines and how you have powered on through despite illness, despite adversity. You've just kept going. You've been like, it's like you've been how can I put that? They're showing me it's like you've been in never-ending battery. It's like you've always been on the go and you are exhausted. Okay, so December is really about kicking back and unwinding a little bit more. You have unlimited resources, but most importantly, this year has really taught you a lesson about self-care, self-love, and healthy boundaries, and who gets access to your life and who really does not, okay? I also get this energy of you being so kind and generous with your time, and I feel like it's like a boomerang. They're showing me that this is coming back to you. So you may actually have someone from your life return to you, whether it's someone from your past or someone in your present who does a favor for you because you did something really wonderful for them many years ago or in the last year, and they're remembering a kindness. So I feel like either they send you a gift or they actually do you a favor because they're really grateful to you for the generosity and benevolence you showed to them, okay? Now, Five of Cups indicates, you may be thinking about the last year and how you've had a shortage of either fun or going out, having fun. You may have had a shortage of connecting to your friends. The Five of Cups is about something has not been working and you have to let it go. So you may be very nostalgic about the year that's just gone with 2022. I feel like, a lot of signs are actually looking really forward to 2023. But I get this energy, this lament about you, my beautiful Scorpio, where I feel like, will it be any different? I don't know. I just get this energy of everyone else is so positive, looking towards the future. And you're like, but how will it change? Will it be any different? Is this it? So I feel like there is a lament about you because you've had to struggle. You've worked really hard this year. And I feel a lot of it is like you're exhausted and you're like, how will it change? How can it change? Will it change? Well, it will, my beautiful Scorpio. It will change. The Five of Cups really is a major message to us all to think about letting go of the things that have not been working or the things that have been hurting us. Whether it is we've been overworking ourselves and not having self-care, it's about building better structures. It's about recognizing that we need to put ourselves first and have boundaries. There is better to come. Okay, as you can see here, this person is too busy looking at the things that have not gone well or have had to been let go. But there is something better growing here. There is something better arriving for you in the future, and you have to be aware of it. Also, I feel you may be looking back on the year and thinking about all the either things that you lacked or looking at your weaknesses. You may be having conversations with yourself and thinking, you know what, I didn't get that because I'm probably not good enough, or I didn't get that opportunity because I'm the wrong age, or those things that sometimes plague our mind. Now, they may be very real things that are actually happening, okay? But at the same time, your guides are indicating, give yourself a little bit more credit. Be more proud of yourself. You actually have a lot going for you. There's a lot of energy here that you should be proud of. You're really good at what you do. You're very talented. You're very generous. And you search for social justice as well. You speak your truth no matter what, and you are an asset to anybody who comes into contact with you, okay? I'm not blowing smoke up your you-know-what. Your guides want you to be aware that you are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You're more talented and gifted than you give yourself credit for. So they want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, December really is a time for kicking back and relaxing. But Scorpio, you're always on call. I just get this energy that you're always in fight or flight mode. You're always ready to rise to a challenge, or I just feel like you're always on, okay? That's this energy of always being on. But Mars is retrograding, so we've got the male card there, male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. But I feel like, this card is all about action, and Mars is in retrograde. I know I always say it, if you've got placements in Leo, well, they also got the male card in this position as well. So this is about non-action. You don't always have to be a human doing, you're a human being. And it's time to recognize that, okay? You don't always have to have all those responsibilities on your shoulders. And December actually sees you stepping back a little bit more from responsibility. I'm not I'm not talking about you're not taking accountability for your actions. I'm talking about everybody putting their SHIT on you, okay? I feel like you're just leaving drama behind. You're taking a real step back. Also, I feel like this is a month where you reassess and you re-examine the way things have gone and the way you want things to be. And if they're not in alignment with each other, I feel like you're making major changes to make those things happen. But right now, I get this energy of you really recharging your batteries over the month of December because you're exhausted, okay? I mean, you've got a hangman here, which is like pause, see things from different angles and get some rest. Get better sleep patterns, because some of you may have not been sleeping well, or you just may have just been so on the go that when it comes to going to bed, your mind is still like whirring like a computer and you're still trying to work things out and you struggle to find a peaceful sleep. Okay, now a lot of you may have been searching for answers as well. The star in this position, it's like the resistance position. A lot of you have been going through a very difficult and testing time. And you may be asking yourself, or even the universe, am I here to struggle? Am I here to have a difficult journey? The answer is no. There is going to be some respite, but at the same time, I can see the struggle. I can see the difficulties that you've had, okay? The star energy is a little bit more hope is coming at the end of the month. Also, the questions that you've had, you will find the answers that you seek because you're being given the gift of clarity in the month of December, okay? Clarity to move ahead, clarity to make the next step. Whatever it is you're wrestling with, whether you're questioning your path, whether you're questioning your true north, or whether you're questioning some sort of career that you have or a relationship that you have, I feel like the answers you seek will come to you and be revealed to you in the month of December. But they'll come to you in silence, on taking some respite, on taking some steps back in order to find moments of calm in your life, okay? Also, I feel some of you may be seeking inspiration. You will find that. Suddenly you're going to be a lot more creative at the end of the month. Suddenly you're going to be in a burst of being productive, and I really feel you're recharging your batteries, and towards the end of the month, I see you getting out there and having a little bit more fun. The beginning of the month is going to be a little bit like more pressurized, where you're tying up loose ends, finishing projects, meeting deadlines in order to have the rest that you want to do. Because Scorpio, you tend to be a sign that won't stop or rest until it's done. So I feel like at the end of the month, or second, third week of the month, you start to really wind down and start to go out and have a little bit more fun, okay? Now also, you're being given an opportunity in December to really close out cycles that have caused you pain, that have caused you suffering, that have caused you sadness. And some of you may actually really come to terms with a relationship. I feel it is a masculine relationship where someone may have hurt you. It could be a friend, it could be a lover, it could be a father figure, it could be just your boss. Whatever it is, I feel like there's closure on this. There's healing on this. You're finally letting it go. It's not that I feel like it's done. I feel like you're accepting the way things are and you're releasing it so that it has no power or no hold over you any longer, okay? Now, the star indicates that there is a brighter future for you to look forward to. Because any struggles or any testing times that you've been going through, because this is a resistance position, like I got it in the reverse, by the end of the month, it's turned upright, okay? So that means that there is something to look forward to. There are better times ahead. Also, I feel like you're bringing more gratitude into your life. You're someone who's always very grateful for everything that you've worked for anyway, everything, because you've struggled to get to where you want to be or where you are right now. But I feel that there's a lot more gratitude as we move throughout the month, and you're going to notice it actually attracts more good things and more abundance, okay? Some of you may have started to write a gratitude journal, or some of you may have just started saying thank you to the universe as soon as you wake up in the morning. I just get this energy of gratitude coming through here, okay? Now, the Four of Wands, again, it's in the reverse because it's a resistance position. You're separating from places, people, things that just cause a lot of drama, okay? Anything that's argumental, you're just taken a step back from it, because I feel like you're trying to bring more peace into your world. Also, the Four of Wands is an indication that some of you may actually, if you're looking to buy a home, you may find the home of your dreams and you start the process of buying it and relocating. I definitely see a home move, or some of you may even move out of where you're at in order to relocate somewhere more peaceful. Some of you may actually get more into nature, or relocate towards the suburbs or into the countryside in order to find peace of mind, okay? Now, the Four of Wands is a card of people coming together, because as I said, at the end of the month or the middle of the month for you, this card turns into the upright, and I get this energy of you being in good company, celebrating, and there is something to celebrate, okay? I feel like you're being recognized in the area of your work, or you're being appreciated in some way for what you do. And I feel like you're going to, it's not that you're going to get like a gold star, but I feel like you may get a bonus, or there may be some sort of positive reward that comes your way. I mean, even if it's a sense of you've done a really good job, I get this energy of things looking up, looking brighter, okay? Because the Four of Wands is a card of celebration. You know, it's like great news is coming your way. You've accomplished a goal, or you're going to celebrate a win in some way. A lot of you may even, if you work for yourself, you may do some networking, or you may get to meet some really important connections that help you elevate in your career or in some area of your life. But I get this energy of, if there's been any drama within the home space or within personal relationships, I feel like, you know, things become more positive, things become more easier. You start to celebrate each other rather than bicker at each other, is what I get here as well. But yeah, definitely a card of connecting to friends, going out, having fun. If you have not been going out and having fun for a long time because you've been working so hard, I definitely get this energy of you getting out there and, you know, making time for pleasure. And the Chariot card is a breakthrough energy. So I feel a lot of you will be recognized and rewarded for the efforts you've put in for the year ahead. And, you know, only in the last part of the month do I feel like you can't wait to get into 2023. But as I said, I've got this lament where it's like, will things be any different? Will it just be the same old thing, just another year? But I feel like actually things do become more positive for you, my beautiful Scorpio. And the struggle gets easier. Let's put it that way. The Chariot card is all about energy. And you may be approaching December feeling completely exhausted, low motivation, or just feeling unfulfilled with the way things have been going. But that's all about to change, because you're going to notice that your discipline, your self-discipline, is actually going to lead to success. Okay, now they're actually showing me a sheet of music in the water, sheet of music. So, okay, sheet of music that can be about changing frequencies, perhaps. I mean, it may mean that you're being a little bit more creative than usual. It can also mean that you're highly sensitive. It could literally mean that you're going to see a sheet of music, or you have a sheet of music in your hand right now as you're listening to this reading. I mean, some of you may actually be musicians or singers or things like that, so that may have a relevance to you. Maybe even music can bring a little bit more positive energy into your life. I'm not really sure how to decode that. I'll always be honest. I mean, it could literally be that you're walking down the sidewalk and you see a sheet of music on the floor, or it could be that you, because it signifies something getting better. It signifies some really good news for you. So watch out for sheets of music. It could literally be that you see a billboard or a poster and there is a sheet of music on it. And it's like, oh, it's a symbol, it's a sign for you to know that things are getting better, things are getting brighter. There's something more for you to look forward to. The Chariot card is about success. You're headed in the direction that you want to be going in, and you're going to, there's like a wish come true happening for you. And I know, Scorpio, that you don't believe in wishes coming true, but I get that you got some really good karma headed your way because things have been so difficult, okay? The Chariot card indicates energy, victory, movement forward, and your willpower and your commitment will take you towards something that you will celebrate. So after a period of perhaps reflecting on the next path or the next decision you have to make. I feel like it's full steam ahead and you're accomplishing great things, okay? Now we've also got, what have we got here as an outcome? We've got Turtle. It's really interesting. So we've got that slow moving energy, but towards the end of the month, things get quicker. So it says here, slow moving, taking a while, slow and steady progress, don't rush. Okay, but as you can see, by the end of the month, things are going to get quicker. I would say round about the last week of December, things start to speed up for you. And I feel like that could be like suddenly you get loads of ideas, suddenly you are in a creative flow, suddenly there's job opportunities flooding into your email box. You know, it feels like things start to pick up again for you. We've got shield, guarded, defensive, resistant, feeling vulnerable. And we've also got magic lamp, wish fulfilled, hidden magic, manifesting your hopes and wishes. I'll just show you that as well. Okay, what you've been asking for is going to show up for you. So remember to be in a positive state of mind when you ask for it, because sometimes, and I've heard my friends do this, they say, I really wish this would happen, but it probably won't happen because nothing ever good happens to me. And I'm like, you've just ordered and you've just taken your order away, or you've not believed in it. So the universe says, okay, you don't believe in it. No, we're not going to deliver it. So it's about ordering what you truly desire from the universe and believing it's going to show up for you. Thoughts become things. Okay, so it's so important to remember that. But I also am getting from this energy, as you slow down, as we all slow down collectively, we can open ourselves up to feeling a little bit under the weather. So watch, you know, better eating, better exercise routines, and taking your vitamins and things like that, because you may have been on the go for the last well, not just the last like year, but the last 18 months, and you're running on adrenaline. And as we start to slow down or slower the pace, our body starts to kind of react and starts to settle, and then suddenly you get a cold, right? So whenever you've been working really hard on a project at work, for example, and then you decide to take a vacation, as you take the first couple of days off, you're like, oh, I feel exhausted. Your body starts to ache. Suddenly you're like, what? Have I got a cold? What's going on there? So just guard yourself, because a shield, when I'm touching that, that's like guard yourself against like seasonal colds, things like that, or feeling a little bit unwell, under the weather. So just watch out for that as well. I'm picking that up. But whatever has been slow moving, they're indicating it's worth it. So if you've been slowly working towards a promotion, I definitely see some sort of promotion or some sort of raise or some sort of elevation in your development. There's progress. There's definitely improvements happening for you, Scorpio. I feel like it'd be sudden. These are things that you've worked for such a long time, but they've taken a long time to get there, almost to the point where you feel like they're never going to show up. It's not working for you. Suddenly, it starts blooming for you. It starts blossoming, okay? It's literally like the thing that you've been waiting for in divine timing is showing up. So have self-care and be ready, because you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. You're going to look at 2023 like, yeah, come on, we can do this. This is my year, okay? And although you may have thought every year is your year, 2023 is actually a more positive energy right up until March. I feel this really positive energy and flow up until March, and then I feel there's new energy there, and I really have to check in with that before I can really give an honest kind of decision on what I feel it's going to be based on the energy, but I haven't gone past March, so I feel like, you know, it's a very positive time up until March, and then I've got to like have a look at that. The Hanged Human. So right at the end of the month, you know, there's going to be this energy where you're like completely on pause. Scorpio is off the grid. You've gone, you know, in stealth mode, and you may, you know, feel like not replying to anyone's messages or even connecting to anybody. You may just, as I said, hole yourself up somewhere in a duvet, reading a good book, or, you know, enhancing your skills in some way, just doing something for you. And that's okay. It actually recharges your batteries and makes you feel a lot more positive, okay? With the Hanged Human, also, it gives you an opportunity to reinvent or revamp the next part of your journey for December into January. And it gives you an opportunity to just relax, okay? We've got the Cosmos. So this is all about divine timing and window of opportunity, Okay, so you may look back on some part of the year where you're like, you know what, it just wasn't my time. But 2023 is going to be your time. I feel you're getting clarity on some things, but as you can see, this figure is literally looking at the stars. And stars are all about wishes coming true, things aligning the way that they should be. And I feel as you move into December, into January, I feel like you're aligning yourself with a wish. And I feel things will just look brighter from the end of December into January for you, okay? Also, I do get this energy of window of opportunity. And I feel you've recharged your batteries and now's the time to go after something that perhaps you've either put on pause or you felt exhausted and you couldn't achieve. There's something here about something you've waited to do. It could be something you've waited to do all of your life. I mean, it could be some of you are, moving into your next phase, next cycle of retirement, for example, and you've been waiting to like kick back, relax for a long time. It could be some of you are getting a job opportunity that is the dream job of a lifetime, and you've been working really hard towards this, but it feels like it was never going to come. The courage card, is the strength card, is showing up for you again. So this is about you leaving December, realizing healthier boundaries are being erected in your life. That's to do with relationships, friendships, and your working environment. Do not burn yourself out, my beautiful Scorpio, okay? Yes, you do overstretch yourself sometimes and you overcommit yourself because you don't like letting anybody down. It's not that you're a yes person. It's not that you're a people pleaser. It's just that you always try to deliver on your word. And because you are such a generous soul, sometimes, you are spreading yourself thin and you've got no time for you. December is all about reassessing and having a little bit of you time. So, and it's not selfish, it's about you recharging your batteries. So December, while there's still some things going on, I feel like everyone else is like relaxing and enjoying the moment. You're still doing that, but I feel like you're still strategizing about what's going to come in 2023 for you and how you can make stuff happen. And you are going to make stuff happen. Now, the Justice card, as I said, if there's someone here that is keeping a low vibe or keeping a secret from you, the truth will out. You will find out their motive or why they've been operating in a certain way. Remember I said about the chessboard, I feel like you're going to find a truth out in December as well. Something that you already knew instinctively. I feel like you dig deep and you find the truth anyway before that person comes to you and tells you. Also, the Justice card is about getting good karma. Okay, right now for you, they are showing me an image of a golden bell. Now, a golden bell has shown up for a sign before. It may not have been for your sign, but I'm getting a golden bell. Now, a bell can signal an arrival of something. It could also be about your calling, or you're going to get a very important call. Golden bell. It could be a logo of a company. It could be that you see that a golden bell and it's the arrival of good news. Whatever it is, it's like, maybe it's like ringing out the old and bringing in the new. Whatever it is, it's really positive. I just get this, like, you're calling time perhaps on 2022 and like you're ringing in new opportunity. Yeah, golden bell is important for some reason. Okay, so look out for a symbol of a golden bell. That signifies a wish being delivered for you. So it could be the arrival of some really good news. Because Justice, she holds a sort of truth. So that's about communication. So I feel like there's some sort of good news. If some of you have been going through any legalities, a separation or a divorce or things like that, I feel like it goes in your favor. I feel like you actually get what you wanted in that, okay? Now we've got the King of Swords. That was the next card. So again, as I said, you're going to be very much in your head. And remember, thoughts become things. So you're building the inner world and you're making it happen in the exterior. So a lot of you are going to be thinking about the way ahead. And I feel like a lot of you are stepping into a leadership role or being offered some sort of promotion, or you're taking on a little bit more responsibility within your environment, or you've been thinking about taking on more responsibility. And I see you expanding your horizons. Okay. I also get this energy of some of you being really successful in business. If you're in business, especially as an entrepreneur, I see you either expanding your business globally or maybe even thinking about relocating your business to expand it. And I see it being very, very rewarding. Some of you may set up a second stream of income from home as well, because you've got the Four of Wands, which is the home space, the Chariot card, which is about taking things in a new direction sometimes. And, you know, the Star is all about your creative gifts, really standing out from the crowd. And some of you may, as I said, set up this side hustle or become an entrepreneur. It's going to be very, very lucrative. Something you've been thinking about doing for a while, or you felt you've delayed it or it's been on hold, is going to work out really favorably for you. Okay. Now they're giving me a song. Now this song came up many, many months ago for, I think it was for Sagittarius. So you may have placements in Sagittarius, but they're giving me Suddenly I See. It goes really muffled then. It's like, who I want to be. Suddenly I see something staring back at me, I think it is. It's really muffled, this song. Suddenly I see. I mean, I'm holding the card, King of Swords, as you can see. It's like, that is to see something, see the truth. Maybe it's about suddenly you're having an awakening, a spiritual awakening of who you feel like you are. Or you're spiritually transitioning over the month of December, or there's a major spiritual transition to come where you suddenly see your true calling, your true purpose. This is a very complex reading for December. Nothing's ever easy for you, my beautiful Scorpio. It's always complex. You're probably because you always go beneath the surface. You like depth. You don't like, you know, on the surface stuff. So, this could be suddenly you see, as in you get clarity. I would also listen out for that song because I feel like it brings some sort of restructure into your life that is very beneficial to you. It's like everything's slotting into place. Okay, that's what I see. Everything's slotting into place for you. Now, we've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands just tells me how strong you are. You've had a difficult journey, and I feel like you are empowering yourself as you move throughout the month because you're ready to take on the next stage, the next part of your strategy. Seven of Wands also is a card of perseverance. Keep going. Don't give up on your dreams or your goals. Whatever is not working right now, there is a reason for it. And I feel like you are taking some time out to reevaluate before you take the next step, but you're not giving up on it. It's going to work out for you. Okay, Seven of Wands is a card of your passion, pushing through any obstacles, engaging in sustained effort, and being, you know, unstoppable in your effort as well. This is about you making things happen. Because if you don't make things happen, they don't just happen by themselves. Of course, the universe will give you a helping hand, but you realize you need to take the initiative. Also, the Seven of Wands indicates that some of you have been very, very stressed recently. Something you've been fighting for, or something you believe in, you will be successful. Don't give up. Keep going, okay? Things will get easier. Now, also, some of you may be looking at where you've been very defensive in your life over the last year and building self-confidence. Okay, and really coming out of your shell, really sort of coming out of any restrictions or coming out of any confines, or if anyone's been trying to control you, I feel like, you know, you're not having it anymore. You're actually breaking away from that. And if you, for example, if you live at home with family or your parents or guardians, if you've been feeling you want more independence, because the King of Swords is all about independence, some of you may relocate and you may be signing new contracts or new leases to property in order to gain your freedom and a sense of independence. But overall, what I see is you leaving a lot of difficulty behind. You're making major breakthroughs in your personal developments. You're doing a lot of healing. You're actually taking some time to kick back and relax and really, you know, give yourself some me time so that you can recharge your batteries, because you always tend to be on the go. Now, I do see that there may be a conversation with somebody that gets a little bit heated or out of hand. Okay, I feel like it will be healed, it will be resolved, but know that it may be something that is difficult to navigate. I also see some of you buying a new car or saving up for a new car as well. You may trade one in as well, or trade one in for a new one is what I get. I mean, look at that. I was just talking about you being independent. Financially, I see you being independent. Some of you may actually be worried about finances, but I actually get that there's something to celebrate here for you. Okay, so some of you may actually find that you get a bonus or a raise or a promotion. You're offered to take on new tasks within your working environment if you do work, and you will be rewarded financially for it. Okay, so I definitely see elevation happening for you. Now we got the card of independence. And it says here, you have worked hard, but create the success and security that you have around you. Indulge in your surroundings, for you have the self-discipline and maturity to do so. Plenitude, luxury, privilege. So as I said, you've been working really hard. You have been one of the signs that have struggled really hard this year, okay? And I feel like you will reap the rewards of that difficult time. Whatever you're focusing on right now, some of you, I mean, it's number 45, which when you reduce it, 4 plus 5 is number 9, the Hermit energy. So some of you, the things that you have been going off grid to focus on without any distraction, those are the things you've given energy to that will flourish. Even if you feel you've worked really hard and you've not seen the rewards of your labor, you will see that. It is coming. And also we have Maze. So yeah, you have a lot of choices. You're doing a lot of strategizing. It says, Maze, use logic when navigating this situation. I mean, this is the ultimate card of using logic. You're taking emotion out of a situation in order to think clearly about the next path or the next way ahead for the year that is to come. It says path, choices, puzzle. Also, I feel like you will solve some sort of conundrum with a person as to why they've been acting so weird or they've been keeping something from you. I feel like you get to resolve something with somebody, okay? But if you felt that 2022 was literally like every time you took a path, it led to a dead end and you had to find an alternative way, an alternative way, an alternative way, it's been a very testing time, but things are going to get easier. I feel like you leave the maze in 2022. You leave that maze behind and you gain a lot of clarity, insight, and harmony as you move throughout the year ahead, actually. Okay, as you can see, number 37, when you reduce it, 3 plus 7 is, let me get my teeth back into my mouth, 3 plus 7 is 10, which is the number of new beginnings, endings, leaving things behind, and it's also the Wheel of Fortune, to change things around, turn things around in your favor. So I'll leave that there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Look at that. We got the death card symbol, the death symbol right there in that trinket. Change, transformation. Sometimes in order to evolve, in order to progress, in order to mature and expand, we need to take a pause. We need to take a step back to reevaluate. And I really feel you are in that period of reevaluation where you are thinking about the way ahead. And I feel like you're thinking about the strength and the courage you need for the next step on your journey. It's going to be a very rewarding one, okay? I also feel wherever you felt vulnerable, especially when it comes to relationships, if you're looking for love, I definitely see that there is a potential for you to find new love. You may have felt like the dating game has been a bit of a minefield, but I feel like you have the potential to be talking to somebody new. And this is someone that will invest in a relationship with you, and I feel like it will lead to a higher level of commitment. December is very much a month where you will meet this person, but I feel like you don't really get deep with this person until the new year, okay? Also, I feel like you're learning to drop your shield when it comes to love and start to open yourself up to trusting again, which is difficult for you to do. Okay, so I feel like you've been working through a lot, and December will see you kind of being a little bit more open to trusting situations a lot more readily. I mean, use your intuition. You know the drill, my beautiful Scorpio. You've got that supercomputer inside you. It's like a lie detector. You just know. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. You wish, you didn't have it, because then maybe it'd be an easier life where you don't see beneath the surface. You don't see people's modus operandi or the things that are hidden. but sometimes it's actually a blessing where it teaches you that your intuition is bang on point and it steers you in other directions. You can see red flags and say, nope, not my soul tribe, gonna go in another direction. So really pay close attention to that. I feel you're learning to have the confidence to trust. I feel like that's what 2022 has really been about for you as well. As you move into the new year, I feel like things do get easier and you meet people who are not breaking your trust in the first place. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates for you in this reading, my beautiful Scorpio. I really feel like you're coming into your own. There's major transition, major transformation, and I feel like you are looking at the new year with liberating yourself and doing things differently. So I hope something resonates. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio. Love and light.